A star who didn't drown. She disappeared beneath truth. On the night of February 24, 2022, a beloved Thai actress stepped onto a private speedboat with 5 people she thought she knew. By morning, she was gone, her body later discovered floating lifeless in the Chao Phraya River. The world was told she slipped, fell, a tragic accident, but that story unraveled almost as quickly as it was told. Because nothing about Tangmo Nida's death felt accidental, and if you think this is a story about a celebrity drowning, you're wrong. This is a story about cover-ups, corruption, erased data, mysterious injuries, contradicting statements, media manipulation, and a grieving nation that refuses to forget. This is a case that shook Thailand, not just because of who died, but how she died, and how those responsible may still be walking free. Born on September 13, 1984, in Thailand, Nida Pacharaviraphong, better known as Tangmo, grew up in a broken household. Her parents divorced when she was young, and for a long time life wasn't easy, but Tangmo never let that define her. She entered the entertainment industry in her teenage years and quickly gained attention for her striking looks and confident screen presence. From modeling and acting to endorsements, Tangmo built a strong career. She was known for her roles in Thai dramas, often portraying strong, emotional characters. But off-screen, her life was layered, vulnerable yet bold, public yet deeply personal. She was open about her Christian faith, her struggles with depression, and even her near-death experience from a car crash years ago. Tangmo wasn't perfect, but she was real. That authenticity made her beloved by fans. She wasn't just a celebrity, she was relatable. And that's why her sudden suspicious death hit so hard. It was supposed to be a casual night out. On the evening of February 24, 2022, Tangmo joined a group of 5 others for a boat ride on the Chao Phraya River in Nonthaburi province, just north of Bangkok. The boat, a white speedboat, was owned by one of the friends, and the group was supposedly celebrating and taking photos under the night sky. On board with Tangmo were 1. Idsaran Gatik Juthasuksawat, Tangmo's manager and the longtime friend. 2. Tanupat Por Lertawiwit, the boat owner. 3. Paibun Robert Trikanjananan, the man who claimed to be the driver. 4. Wisapat Sandmanamairat, a close associate of Por. 5. Nitat Yob Masoet, another friend in the group. At around 10:30 p.m., Tangmo allegedly went to the back of the boat to urinate because there was no restroom on board. That's when, according to the group, she lost her balance and fell into the river. They claimed they didn't see exactly how it happened. For nearly 30 minutes, there were no emergency calls, no attempts to dive in after her, no immediate panic, just silence. Tangmo's body was found 2 days later, on February 26th, about 1 kilometer from where she allegedly fell. Her white bodysuit was torn, and her legs were covered in deep, long gashes. While police initially claimed it was a drowning, the autopsy raised more questions than answers. The injuries on her legs? Possibly caused by a boat propeller, but experts noted they didn't align with typical propeller wounds. Some said they appeared more like deliberate slashes. There was also no water in her lungs, leading some to question, did she die before she even hit the water? As the investigation unfolded, public suspicion grew, not just because of what was said, but because of how it was said. Por, the boat owner, smiled during press interviews. Gatik, Tangmo's own manager and supposed close friend, gave contradicting statements. One moment, she claimed Tangmo was trying to urinate off the boat. Another time, she suggested it was an accident. Then she changed her story again. Sand, another boat passenger, stated she was sitting at the back of the boat and saw Tangmo fall, but later admitted she had her back turned. When asked why no one jumped in to save her, none of them had an answer that made sense. Phone records showed that calls were made, not to police, but to lawyers and associates, before reporting Tangmo missing. Why call lawyers first unless there was something to hide? As news broke, the Thai public exploded in outrage. Hashtags like #JusticeForTangmo trended across platforms. Fans and celebrities alike demanded a deeper investigation. People scrutinized every interview, every photograph, every detail. In one viral moment, CCTV footage showed the group acting unusually calm just moments after Tangmo supposedly fell. Another clip showed Sand walking away from the police station laughing. The internet didn't miss a thing. And yet, despite the pressure, the official narrative stayed almost unchanged. It was an accident. The autopsy report was meant to bring answers. Instead, it unearthed more questions and deeper shadows. After Tangmo's body was recovered from the river, forensic experts began their examination. The initial autopsy report shocked everyone. No water in her lungs. This meant Tangmo might not have drowned. Instead, she may have died before hitting the water. How? The possibilities were chilling. Strangulation, blunt force trauma, or poisoning. But the official report ruled out poisoning and blunt trauma. Tangmo's legs were covered with long, deep wounds. The authorities claimed these were caused by the boat's propeller, but forensic specialists and independent experts quickly raised concerns. Boat propeller wounds are usually clean cuts, uniform in shape and size. Tangmo's wounds were jagged, uneven, and inconsistent with typical propeller injuries. Could someone have inflicted those wounds intentionally? If yes, why? On the morning of February 25th, just hours after Tangmo went missing, her Instagram account posted a chilling story. An image of herself smiling, captioned with words about facing fears and living without regrets. The post was puzzling. Was it scheduled earlier? Did someone else post it? Or was Tangmo trying to send a secret message? Investigators tried to trace the account's activity but found suspicious access patterns. The IP addresses didn't always match Tangmo's usual locations. Some experts suggested the account might have been controlled by someone else after the incident. A crucial piece of the puzzle came from mobile phone records. In the hour after Tangmo fell overboard, the boat passengers didn't immediately call emergency services. Instead, calls were made to personal lawyers and close associates. These calls lasted for several minutes, indicating urgent conversations behind the scenes. Leaked chat messages from the group also surfaced on social media. The tone was evasive, defensive, and at times aggressive. In one message, a participant wrote, "We need to stick together and not say too much." Another warned, "Don't trust anyone outside this group." This raised serious concerns about a possible cover-up. Throughout the investigation, the group's testimonies changed multiple times. At first, Hor, the boat owner, claimed he was driving and didn't see Tangmo fall. Then Gatik, Tangmo's manager, said Tangmo was drunk and unsteady. Sand said she was sitting at the back and saw everything, but CCTV footage contradicted her claim. Job gave inconsistent timelines about where he was when Tangmo fell. Why so many contradictions? Were they scared, or hiding something far worse than an accident? The Thai public's outrage was relentless. Demonstrations erupted demanding justice. Major news outlets kept the story alive, exposing every new inconsistency. Despite this, official police statements remained cautious, emphasizing it was a tragic accident. But many believed the investigation was being stalled or influenced by powerful forces. Whistleblowers hinted at possible political interference and threats to investigators pushing too hard. Behind every tragedy, there are faces that raise questions, faces that hide secrets. Who really knew Tangmo, and who had the most to gain from her silence? From the beginning, police focused on the 5 passengers present on the boat with Tangmo that night. Each had a connection to her, but also possible motives to conceal the truth. Itsaran Gatik Juthasaksawat, the manager and confidant Gatik, wasn't just Tangmo's manager. She was her close friend and trusted advisor. Their relationship was complicated. Some sources claimed it was more than professional. After the incident, Gatik's behavior raised eyebrows. She changed her statements multiple times and was often evasive during questioning. Motive theories surrounding Gatik included jealousy, personal disputes, or an attempt to protect others by misdirecting investigators. Tanupad Por Lertawiwit, the boat owner. Por owned the speedboat, and his driving skills that night were under scrutiny. Official reports conflicted about who was actually piloting the boat at the time of Tangmo's fall. Por had a history of involvement in the entertainment industry and business dealings. Rumors swirled about possible financial disagreements or hidden conflicts with Tangmo. Some speculated Por feared legal consequences if negligence was proven, prompting attempts to shift blame. Robert initially claimed to be the driver, but later shifted his story. His relationship to the group was less clear, and he gave inconsistent accounts of events. Theories suggested Robert might have been involved in orchestrating the accident or covering up key details. Sand and Job, close friends in the group, displayed suspicious behavior during interviews and in CCTV footage. Sand was caught on camera smiling and walking away from police stations casually, a behavior many saw as inappropriate for someone involved in a death investigation. Both appeared to protect each other in the core group, fueling suspicions of collusion. Despite growing public pressure, the police investigation faced many obstacles. Key witnesses gave contradictory testimonies. Crucial evidence was allegedly mishandled or went missing. Investigators reported political pressure to tone down the inquiry. Some forensic experts were replaced midway without explanation. These factors created a climate of distrust around the investigation's integrity. In April 2022, the Nonthaburi police officially charged several boat passengers with reckless driving, causing death and negligence. However, many believed these charges were too mild given the suspicious circumstances. Tangmo's family and supporters demanded a deeper inquiry into possible murder and tampering with evidence. More than a year after Tangmo's death, the case remains unresolved in many eyes. Officially ruled an accident with criminal negligence, many questions about motives, evidence tampering, and accountability linger. New leads occasionally emerge, but no definitive conclusion has silenced the doubters. The cold, hard facts, the hidden voices, the courtroom drama. This is where truth and justice meet resistance. As the investigation progressed, independent forensic experts were called to review the evidence, including Tangmo's autopsy report, the boat's condition, and the injuries sustained. Some experts argued that the leg wounds did not match the boat's propeller, suggesting deliberate harm. The absence of water in her lungs implied Tangmo died before entering the water. Toxicology reports were inconclusive, but hinted at possible sedatives in her system. The forensic findings intensified suspicions of foul play rather than a mere accident. Months into the investigation, a few new witnesses came forward with surprising information. A boat mechanic claimed the speedboat's engine had been tampered with days before the trip. A local fisherman reported hearing screams near the riverbank on the night of the incident. An anonymous source within the entertainment industry hinted at conflicts between Tangmo and certain powerful figures. These testimonies added new layers of complexity to the case. The court hearings were tense and highly publicized. The defense attorneys for the boat passengers argued that the incident was a tragic accident due to poor weather and low visibility. There was no evidence proving intentional harm. Witnesses' contradictory statements were due to trauma and confusion. Meanwhile, the prosecution pushed for accountability, emphasizing negligence and possible obstruction of justice. The courtroom became a battleground of narratives, with each side accusing the other of lies and manipulation. Despite the legal back and forth, many believe true justice remains elusive. Tangmo's family has vowed to keep fighting, appealing for international attention and transparency. Advocates for victims of suspicious deaths highlight this case as emblematic of deeper issues in the justice system, where power and influence can overshadow truth. One life lost, millions affected. How does a single tragedy reshape a nation and an industry? The Thai entertainment community mourned Tangmo deeply. Several celebrities publicly expressed grief and frustration over the handling of the case. Some raised awareness about the pressures faced by public figures, while others called for greater accountability within the industry. International fans and human rights organizations spotlighted the case, demanding transparency. Social media campaigns and online memorials kept Tangmo's memory alive, turning her into a global icon of injustice and resilience. The Tangmo Nida case has become a cautionary tale about the fragility of truth in the face of power. It highlights the urgent need for reforms in investigative processes, victim protection, and media responsibility. Above all, it reminds us that behind every headline is a human life deserving justice.